Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
End of the road for Kwabena Boahene. Now we have talked about Kwabena Boahene time and again. This guy here was in the UK working in the cold in one of the firms right there on the streets of London. He was working in an IT firm, and we've given you all the details before. Now, a friend of his talked to him and told him, you know, you are one of the gurus of IT in this company. Why don't you move to Ghana, where there is a new digitalization rave going on? He didn't like the idea, but upon being talked to over and over, he decided to move to Ghana. And when he arrived in Ghana, he realized that, yes, it was all good. His salary was not that bad, though it was a little below what he was receiving there in England. In no time, he rose to become the very first boss of the National Signals Bureau. And that was when calamity started. The biggest mistake the country ever made was to put this crook right there in that position. National Signals Bureau. He allegedly helped to rig elections with one Anoche, who we will be talking about one of these days. They rigged the elections for the NPP. Politicians don't care. As long as they win the elections, they are okay. Whether the ballots are stolen or not, how many people die or not, they really don't care. All they care about is the fact that they have won, no matter how. This guy was allegedly the henchman alongside one Anoche, who we will talk about in full. They came together to rig the elections. There was a time, in fact, the Electoral Commission of Ghana started to complain that its systems were hacked. We were told that these two guys, especially this guy, were those who were behind that kind of dirty work, the hacking of the EC systems, just to be able to steal an election for the NPP. And it's still online. Anybody can go out there and read and verify. They still remain allegations until we go in there and we are able to come out with the hard facts and slap that on these two. But this guy became a king in his own rights. Stolen cars were passing through him, allegedly. Ioko, Economic and Organized Crime Office, headed by Capo di Tutti Capi, Capo Ray, one Raymond Archer, alongside the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini. My brother, my sister, when they came into power in the John Dramani Mahama government, they decided that this man had to be dealt with. They had been able to build so much information about him. How he abducted people just anyhow, as if it was a lawless state. There was an Emirates lady he allegedly asked his boys to pick up. And he had boys who worked under him. Stolen cars coming in from Canada, from America. This guy used his office allegedly as the conduit pipe to have all those stolen cars come through him right here in Ghana. He opened up a car dealership, my brother, my sister, and he was renting out executive cars, exotic cars to so many different business gurus around the world who visited this nation. There was a time, my brother, my sister, he could even go out and arrest anybody at will, torment this person. And he was supposed to be a deacon of a church. A deacon of a church. And it's not just any other church, but the Assemblies of God church. In fact, he strategically placed himself there. And in no time, Reverend Wingham realized that This guy was paying so much tithe, and he got closer to him and even assigned the accountant to him, so that each time it was time to collect tithes, this accountant would just go with a big Ghana must go bag and collect the tithe for the church. He supported the church so much, even with the building of the church, the painting of the church, all from stolen money, allegedly. He stole the money and he tried to use God's name to clean up the money. You steal $1 trillion and you give God 500 Ghana cedis, hoping that that is enough to clean up all the loot. Kwabena Boahene, he was the first boss of the NSB. He was the one who walked over to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and told him, insisting that he needed an office to himself so that he would be able to operate properly. He wanted to break away from the national security. And Nana Addo allowed him because he was his main thief, stealing the elections for him and his cronies. Hallelujah. Allegedly. Now, my brother, Kwabena Boahene, right after the tenure of office of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, right now walked without protection. They had protected him for so long. And when Mahama came into power, he planted boys around Mahama to be able to pick up information, and the president was almost naked. These guys were involved in so many dubious things, including blackmail, we are told. Now, and he didn't operate alone. He had his boys. And there was also a lady, Alaji's wife, Rashida Sani. She used to be called Rashida Nasamu. And together, they become Mr. and Mrs. Akromfo. Allegedly. Going round, tormenting the coffers of the republic. Building for themselves mansions. They were untouchable at a certain point. He traveled on a diplomatic passport, while Rashida traveled on a service passport. My brother, my sister. And he was able to get so many different contracts for his girlfriend, in quotes, the Alaji's wife, who he was able to get to divorce her husband and follow him. This is Kwabena Boahene. Today, what is new? They were in court. Oh, yes, they went to court. They were in court. Yesterday, they walked into the courtyard, he and his wife. And in these pictures, you can see him here with his wife. And it was the same way they appeared in court yesterday. But this time round, they went through an underground just to protect them and all that. And his lawyer is attaching her. When they went to court, there was a new judge. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. There was a new judge. Many Ghanaians have complained that this trial is taking too long, is delaying. So in the wisdom of the Chief Justice, Justice Bafubone, the Chief Justice, they have to make the courts hurry with the trials, the speedy courts. So special judges have been assigned to some of these criminal cases, very dear to the heart of the nation. Better still, very crucial to the heart of the nation. Come here, my brother. So when Kwabena Boahene got to court, wait, his lawyer, Atachia, there was a new judge sitting there. And his name is a whole hand mouthful. Justice Francis Apankabunu Achibonga. What a name. This is not a judge to play with. If you want to play with a judge, go and play with those who have names like David, Jonathan. This guy is called Justice Apangabunu Achibonga. That is his name. Have you heard of this judge before? Have you heard of him before? Apangabuno Achibonga. It sounds like a South African name. Siyabonga. But this one is Achibonga Apangabuno. Round the doors here. This is him. Justice Francis Apangabuno Achibonga is a distinguished Ghanaian jurist who currently serves as a justice of the Court of Appeal. And he was sworn in by the President of Ghana as a justice of the Court of Appeal on October 9, 2025, only a few months ago. The President himself handpicked this guy and swore him in because he has faith in this man and the others that were sworn in. Does it tell you something? If this is a president that has all the credibility and is making Ghana tick and talk again, then you can nod your head and say, this is somebody who would push the agenda of the state, my brother, my sister, as fast as he's that energetic. Now, before his elevation, he served as a High Court judge with notable postings at the Adenta High Court and in Koforidua. And in December 2019, he was seconded to the Gambian bench as a High Court judge as part of a technical assistance program from Ghana to help rebuild the Gambia's judicial system. This is Justice Apangabuno Achibonga. Hey. Now, on March 11, 2026, he took over as the presiding judge in the high-profile trial of Kwabena Boahene, the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau. Yes, National Signals Bureau at the Accra High Court. My brother, my sister, Justice Achibonga is widely recognized for his strict adherence to legal procedure and a zero tolerance for deviousness. Hallelujah. I'm finished. Can you see the point? Ethics and integrity. He is a justice full of integrity. Justice Apangabuno Achibonga is widely recognized for his strict adherence to legal procedure and a zero tolerance for deviousness. You know what that word means? Logoligi monfiloto. Hey! Retired Supreme Court Justice William Atuguba has publicly praised him as a solid and brilliant material, highlighting his professional excellence as a candidate for future Supreme Court elevation. And we all remember Atuguba. They are all applauding this guy. That his name, that is a mouthful, is not by chance. It's not easily chewable. Now, in April 2025, he notably declared his intent to fish out lawyers he believed were being dishonest with the court, reinforcing his reputation for integrity. Just last year, he said, I am going after some lawyers who are dishonest, taking bribes, don't speak the truth, they are crooks, and destroying the legal system. Me, Apangabuno Achibonga, I will go after them one after the other. Put them on the chopping board, slice them, and use their body for chichinga. Hallelujah. He holds a Bachelor of Laws, LLB, from the University of Ghana, and a Master of Laws, LLM, specializing in oil and gas, just like me. I don't have a law degree, but I have a master's in oil and gas management. As of late 2019, he had already served over 15 years in the legal profession across the bar and bench. Dash it away. This is the man we are talking about. Justice Apangabuno Achibonga. Apangabuno Achibonga. What a name. I've already fallen in love with this guy. My brother, Apangabuno Achibonga, who is now sitting on this thing And the Chief Justice says it has to be speedy, very fast. Edu Boahene went to stand in front of this guy with his wife, my brother, my sister, and his lawyer, Atachia, also appeared and decided, my brother, my sister, to interact, what we call cross-examine. He cross-examined Ruby. Edith Ruby. Opokuwa Dumwa. This lady. And she was with the national security. Ghana Web did a great job by giving us toe-to-toe exactly what happened in court. Let's see what happened. Run the story. My brother, my sister, they went to court, and there she was. New judge takes over Republic versus Edu Boahene trial midway. Run the story. Watch it. Now, Justice Francis Apangabuno Achibonga on Wednesday, that's yesterday, March 11, 2026, assumed responsibility for the high-profile trial of Kwabena Edu Boahene, the former Director General of the National Security Bureau, and two others, National Signals Bureau, and two others at proceedings held at the Accra High Court, Criminal Court 3. Now, Justice Achibonga takes over from Justice John Eugene Nyante Nyadu of the Accra High Court as the General Jurisdiction 10. Now, during the first proceedings under the new judge, the Attorney General's prosecution witness, Edith Ruby Opokuwa Dumwa, head of finance at the NSB, came under intense scrutiny during cross-examination led by Samuel Atachia Esquire, who represented the accused. Dash it away. So what did they say in court? 3 News. My own 3 News was there. My brother, my sister. And what did Edith say in court? And is contained here. It says, former Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Edu Boahene pre-financed national security special operations on a number of occasions. Leave it there. That was what Ruby said in court. What does it mean? Dash it away and come here. Now, watch this. It came out that the head of finance, Madam Edith Ruby Opokuwa Edumwa, during cross-examination, said that there were some operations that were supposed to be done by Kwabena Edu Boahene, and because money had not been given out first, Kwabena Edu Boahene had to go out and pre-finance that. In other words, he had to go out there and work and later come in and ask for payment. Is this true? Now, Edu Boahene was the first boss of the National Signals Bureau. Bring the code card again. The first boss of the National Signals Bureau. And this one says, former National Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Edu Boahene pre-financed national security special operations. Dash it away. It was still under the national security. And it came out that Edu Boahene said that he pre-financed some of the operations and then came later to take money from the national security. My brother, my sister. Now, this is a big question. Is it allowed? Listen attentively. Is this allowed? National security issues. And a man is asked to take money from his own personal pocket and go on the operation and later come and be paid. Boahene said, as confirmed by his former finance boss, that there were some operations that he, Boahene, used his own personal money to pre-finance so that later he would come and take the money back. Why would he pre-finance an operation? Oh, it's urgent. It needs to happen right now. We cannot wait for another 2 days, 3 days, 5 days to put all the documents together and get the money before we go. Therefore, he would go on his own on such an operation and later on return and ask for the money to be paid him. My brother, if this is anything to go by, then I wonder what kind of national security we had. That an individual would be asked to use his personal money to go on an operation. And if you get to know how much money was involved in that operation, you will shiver. How was the individual supposed to raise the money? And then later, you come back and say, oh, I went for an operation like this, like that. Pay me. And there will be a signature there. The other man too will sign, and then the money will be paid. Remember, his boss died. So right now, any signature we are seeing is a dead man's signature. It's going to be verified. Whether the dead man truly signed all those documents or the crook Boahene, as we are told, faked all those signatures because he's a fake king. He has so many documents that are fake. And if you are not smart, he will convince you that there's a witch hunt on his life. He's been able to convince a couple of journalists. Maybe he's giving them something small. And they believe in his lies. This was what happened in court yesterday. It came out that while Boahene was the National Signals Bureau boss, he could go on operations and finally come back to the national security, the mother, and say, I went on this operation, went on that operation, please. This was how much I spent. This was how much I spent. Pay me that. And he always had his way. And the finance girl will sit down there and she will receive a certain document or communique that has a signature there and the signature of the boss. Was he faking the boss's signature? After the boss had died, the Attorney General has already made it clear that if his boss was alive, he would have arrested him. Did Boahene take advantage of the death of his boss? But the excitement is in one thing. Much as we respect all judges and love the justice system, I am glad that so many other justices that Ghana respects so much are all extolling the virtues of this guy here called Justice Apangabuno Achibonga as a no-nonsense justice. Number two, when it comes to ethics and integrity, he hates dubiousness, deviousness. And he was on the way to catching some lawyers he believed were nothing but charlatans. It looks like we are going to have a big trial. Now, this was what came out earlier. That former Signals Bureau Director, Kwabena Boahene, gave loans to national security. That was how it was interpreted. But this one later was withdrawn by 3 News because it didn't represent exactly what was said in court. This would have even been more serious. How could you give loans to an institution that is bigger and richer than you? So this was withdrawn. And the second one came to replace this. This was what happened. He didn't give up loans. As widely circulated, former Signals Bureau, National Signals Bureau Director, Kwabena Boahene, pre-financed national security special operations on a number of occasions. His boss is dead, and his signatures are now all over the place. Is Boahene faking the signatures? Where are the forensics people? My brother, my sister, I am excited that the Chief Justice, in his own wisdom, dash it away, has decided that there must be a speedy trial. Are you not excited? My brother, my sister. And this is a justice that the president himself picked up. And at the swearing in, the president said only one thing. When you see justice, embrace justice as it is your ethic. It's time for justice. And the lawyers who are busily going around taking bribes, justice, apangabuno, achibunga, is coming for you. And all the devious people before him in his courts, the jailhouse is open wide. As it stands right now, it doesn't look like Kwabena Boahene has any chance of circumventing anything, as has been said in the past. It is time to face reality. It is time for Ghana to be served justice. It is time for Ghana to grow beyond gimmicks in court. Wasting so much time talking about Ghana must go. Remember the last trial? The judge was complaining. Justice Nyanti. Why? Counsel, why are you talking so much about Ghana must go? I really don't know where you are going with this. Today we have a no-nonsense justice. He's sitting on it and he's bent on finishing this. In Wuntumi's case, on the 26th of March, there would be a decision. And the to and fro from the court. Judgment is coming. This is Judgment Day. And to come Boahene, if you are truly innocent, may you be free. But if you are the crook, the king of stolen cars, the very rotten guy that we have been told about, we will visit you in jail. It's the end of the road for you. It's the black pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. 8-minute video. Watch this.
Say, security services. You can say ye buy mu near for nipa no be ako. But no kre wo ho say nipa a wo fa wo mo adwuma no. Esese wo sika timitua wo moka. Afi wei ye buye police adwuma yi say obi a apply no. Police nkwa nipa a wo mo apply ya na omu nyina ye betimi afa wo mo nyina adwuma mu no 500,000 nipa mako 500,000 obi pe police na ko wura ne bisa ya won say 500,000 se ska wo hompo na ye fa mu nyina adwuma mu a na mu nyina ma be presifo a ehefo na mbekọ akọchi wo ehefo na mbekọ akọchi wo nipa ni nyina obi akodi prosi enti why na akọchi na ezu na nokwe o ne se sika e wo ho ene ahobo e wo ho vacancies e wo ho a ye betimi afa principal akohyegu no ni nyina ye 5,000 enti nipa 500,000 pe adwuma na adwuma no ye 5,000 gise baako bia nka o chiche mu 100 ansana obi anya adwuma ma ne hoto ba huntini nya no sa enunti no minister no kra no eto da bia oye memobo because we Jesus Christ ya o free ho odi abodo num ene mpata num echiche ma thousands of people ma wo munyina nya bidi ya no we ono free ho so only President Mahama ne de wagina ho se o de 5,000 na ko chema 500,000 kwan be na o de be faso kwan be na o de be faso enunti abufuo no ba monwena abufuo no ho ente saa wobekwa akokum obi a onye ebone because seskanu ni wa ye de be fa nipa na adwuma mu a ukoso a munyina se wafa omo presia enye ye enunti no niema a woba aban mu a niema a ese wototo no yie ansana watimi anya kwan atoto de di ho yie no se ya anya bre antoto eno yie a ye de aprepre a de tosu 10 no wontimi ntoto no yie ko free 1 ene sese uko 2 no akọ 3 no akọ 4 enti de di kan ne ye sika sem no a esese ye toto no yie na yigina eno so na President Mahama na ni abre ho a wati asimu a oye no yie kakra no a waye no ya hunu se ehon faso ahya ase a eba enti ye dan ya twan na ese twan kakra na de waye no ebetimi aso aba na atimi akreti niema ye hia no ne yensa.
Asiedu Nketia is giving a political talk. It looks like he wants to apologize. He doesn't want to apologize. I don't know why politicians find it very difficult to come out and say, you know what, I am sorry. What you said was very insensitive. Half a million people, 500,000 people applied. We are taking only 5,000. That tells you the level of unemployment in the country. Wallahi. You see all the 500,000 people who have applied. Those who genuinely have the passion for the police, they won't even be up to 10. They are only running to the police because there are no jobs. A lot of these are going to enter the police in default. It's not because they love the black. If I am lying, tell me I'm lying. How many genuine police-loving people do we have amongst the police? A lot of them are in there because there are no jobs. So when they are even in the police, they are not excited about it. They are not proud of it. When they meet a girl out and they want to con the girl, as we say in Ghana, woo the girl, they don't tell them that they are police. They tell them something else. They hide the police profession. Yet to be able to be a good policeman, you must love the uniform, love the work that you do. What can we do to change this narrative? There are so many bad nuts in the police, taking bribe on the street, and for that matter, they have destroyed the good name of the police. 2, there are a lot of bad nuts in the police. They are only there because it's the job that they want, not necessarily the profession. So we have to scrutinize the police well. Jobs have to be available so that at least people can make choices. If there are no jobs, the one or two that are available, whether we like that or not, we are forced to go into that. What Asiedu Nketia, aka General Mosquito, should have said. You know what, gentlemen? We have only 5,000 slots. And over 500,000 people have applied. Certainly not all of us are going to get. But those who don't get it, that is not the end. More job opportunities are being opened. The president is talking about 24-hour economy. So much is coming up. Please, be patient. We will sort everybody out. But if you go and tell them that, oh, it's only 5,000 people you can take. If you take all the 500,000, then who is going to arrest which thief? Because all of you have become police. You are indirectly telling them that you have the capacity to do it, but you will not do it because there will be too many police. That's the meaning. I say, I love you, but this I can't support you. Say a family na why na bechi kromfo. Ye police. That is a careless statement. With all respect, insensitive to the plight of the foot soldiers who voted for change. It's insensitive to the plight of the unemployed Ghanaian. Do you know how painful it is to be unemployed? Do you know? Do you know how painful it is to be unemployed? Then you go and you are able to squeeze out some money to buy forms, application forms. Then you have an Asiedu Nketia, a General Mosquito, telling you that, if we take you, then who is going to catch the thieves? Some of you are even thieves. So if we put you there, who is going to catch the thieves? That is insensitive. Reassure them, we have taken your money. Jobs are going to start opening. I promise all of you that you will be employed within this period. All those who applied, we are going to put all of you in a database. And we'll make sure that we sort you out. The president is bent on doing that. The other day, we created over 1 million jobs. As the president said. So 500,000 wouldn't be too much for the president with a 24-hour economy coming. But no. Say a former Juma, why never chicken for? It means you have the capacity to do it, but you don't want to do it because there will be too many policemen. You didn't make them understand that you are incapable of doing it because the resources are not there now. But as the economy is opening up, everybody will be placed. So, General Mosquito, I am glad that you have attempted an apology. People are hungry. The economy is good. A lot of people have been employed. But there are a lot more who have not been employed. And for them, until they get employed, nothing is happening in the country. It's the same old thing. So you need to follow them gradually. If all these people were employed as police assistants, checking traffic and doing some specialized operations, it won't be too much. But do we have the money to pay them? No. For that matter, let us follow this gradually as the 24-hour economy is unfolding. That's how you talk to younger people. Reassure them. Let it be okay. Any which way. It is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Asiedu Nketia apologizes for insensitive talk. I love Asiedu Nketia. He's the national chairman of the NDC. His party is in power. And he is the boss of the Ghana ports. That is his trademark. Asiedu Nketia is a very powerful member of the NDC. In the days of Rawlings, he was close to him. He was trained as a banker, also as a teacher. He's all the way from the Bono Ahafo area. And we have had the occasion to talk about Asiedu Nketia. His other name is General Mosquito. General Mosquito. And we told you why he was called General Mosquito. Today, my brother, my sister, it looks like the mosquito is in trouble. The general of all the mosquitoes is in big trouble. Now, we all remember the controversy surrounding the security enlistments and recruitments. Do we remember? In Parliament, Afenyo Markin talked about a certain entity that was illegally taking money from Ghanaian recruits. And he came under fire. And he pulled that back and apologized in a certain apology of an apology. We all remember the minister for the interior, Alhaji Muhammad Mubarak, saying he was so disappointed that Afenyo Markin had said that because there was no evidence whatsoever. It was one of the things he said that got Afenyo Markin to come and apologize. And it came out that over 500,000 Ghanaians applied looking for recruitment into the security forces. And only a few people could be taken. A lot of them had been disqualified because you only have a few spaces, maybe about 5,000 to 15,000. For that matter, a lot of the people were disqualified. And Ntim Fogio, who is an MP, came out to tell Ghana that the authorities should return the recruitment fees to all those who applied, the so-called application fees. And we have asked him a big question. When you go to the American embassy looking for a visa, when you don't get the visa, do they return your visa fee to you? When you go to write an examination and you fail, do they return the examination fees to you? Don't be silly. Stop that nonsense. That was what we said. Now, Asiedu Nketia went out there and he met party foot soldiers, surrounded by party foot soldiers. And a lot of these foot soldiers believe in Asiedu Nketia. For them, Asiedu Nketia has them right in the middle of his heart. He has been with them from when they were little children. He has been true to the party, true to the foot soldiers. He just came back from a thank you tour and he met a lot of these foot soldiers. In one of those meetings, Asiedu Nketia was captured on a tape that was quite amateurish, but we'll share it with you. Listen to what he said in the tape as he talked about the recruitments into the police. Watch this.
Eco police. 500,000, and then 5,000, and then 50,000, 500,000. And now, one more empire, Eco police. And you check 500,000. Na say yesi obia ope kwai akundum yemfa you found police for 500,000 and he found a woman that for crash it you and
for na ekwachiwo yejina ya koyi police why I never continue.
All General Mosquito was saying was very simple. People are complaining that about 500,000 people apply to be recruited into the security forces. And only a few of them have qualified so far. And Asiedun Ketia is asking them, what is wrong with that? If we had employed all the over 500,000 people who applied into the police, which thief are they going to be able to catch? After all, we all have become police now. What he was trying to say, the police service will be inundated. 500,000 is enough to have everybody in Ghana become police. And when foot soldiers heard this, they were angry. The next meeting Asiedun Ketia had with them, they were booing him. They were not ready to listen to Asiedun Ketia. He had let them down with that comment. Asiedun Ketia had forgotten that the police service is not only there to catch thieves. And a man, his level of understanding and education should not demean the police and relegate the police to only one task of catching thieves. The police is more professional than just catching thieves. Run the doors here. What does the police in Ghana do? What law established the duties of the police? Watch this. Now, the duties of the Ghana Police Service are primarily established by the Police Service Act, 1970 Act 350, and the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Now, the service is mandated to maintain law and order, protect life and property, and ensure internal security. Now, these are the core statutory functions of the police. Now, according to Section 1 of Act 350, the primary functions of the police include crime prevention and detection. That's just one. Actively working to stop crimes before they occur and investigating those that do. Apprehension of offenders. Identifying and arresting individuals suspected of committing crimes. This was the only one Asiedun Ketia attributed to the police. The rest, he didn't. Prosecution of criminals, maintenance of public order, ensuring safety and peace in public places, including during demonstrations or riots. And they have specialized duties as well, like motor traffic duties. We see them on the streets, stopping and allowing traffic to flow at their discretion. Oh yes, protection of state officials. People like Asiedun Ketia, they are protected by the police. So they should know better that the police is not only there to catch thieves. When the president is going to make a speech, it's the same police. They ride horses, they dance around him, they even play music. The national anthem, the police band is also there to entertain and do more. Domestic violence support using DOVSU. Intelligence gathering. To be able to gather intelligence, what it means is that get information that will help to protect the nation. Maybe Togo is getting ready to fight Ghana. That is gathering intelligence. To be able to tell that some kind of aggression is about to hit your nation. Police is supposed to do that. Marine policing. Our water bodies, the sea. The police also do that, my brother, my sister. The police also do that. Community policing. Building partnerships with local communities to solve security concerns through community policing assistance, CPAs. In fact, that is not all. They are also in administration. Police clearance certificates, when you need that, they write that and give to you. Escort and guard duties. If somebody wants to go to a certain area and there's so much traffic there and they need police escorts or for some other reason, the police would have to do that. Don't you see them on the street? Ping, ping, ping. That's the work of the police. Firearms registration. If you want to own a gun, they will train you and make sure that you have the right, whatever, to own a gun. And then above all, forensic services. Performing DNA testing and authenticating disputed documents like wills or currency. It's the work of the police. It's the work of the police. So I said, Nketia, realizing that he had goofed, he went straight to social media, Facebook, and then he put out this. What did he put out? People of Ghana, especially our teeming youth, I have seen your reactions to my remarks about the ongoing security services recruitment exercise. Over the past few days, I have received many messages and calls from young people nationwide expressing their disappointment about the recruitment process. I understand your frustration. I want you to know that your concerns are completely valid and your voices have been heard. When I pointed out that 500,000 young people, that's 500,000, had applied for only 5,000 available security slots, my intent was to illustrate the depth of the challenge, not to dismiss your concerns. To every young Ghanaian who applied for a security service role and feels disappointed right now, I want you to know that your dream to serve this nation has not gone unnoticed and it will not go to waste. President John Dramani Mahama and this government came to power on the promise of a Ghana that works for everyone. We are working and we will not stop working until the system reflects the Ghana you deserve. And then he said, an 8-minute video accompanies this. And this is the 8-minute video. Watch this.
Say, security services. You can say, ye buy mu, near for nipa no be ako. But no cray or honey say, nipa o fa o mo adwuma no. As I say, o sika timitria o moka. Afi we, ye buye police adwuma yi say, obia apply no. Police nkwa nipa wo mo apply ya na omu nyina ye betimi afa omu nyina adwuma mu no 500,000 nipa mako 500,000 obie pe police na ko wura ne bisa e ho say 500,000 ni se sika wo hompo na ye fa mu nyina adwuma mu a na mu nyina ma be presifo a ehefo na mbekọ akọchi wo na mbekọ akọchi wo ni ba ni nyina obi akodi presi enti wa na akọchi na ezu na nokwe o ni se sika e wo ho ene ahombo e wo ho vacancy se wo ho a ye betimi afa principal akọhye mu no ni nyina ye 5,000 enti nipa 500,000 pe adwuma na adwuma no ye 5,000 Jise ba kubia nka uchiche mu 100 ansana obia nya adwuma ma ne hoto ba huntimi nya no sa enunti no minister no kra no eto da bia oye memobo because uyi Jesus Christ ya o free ho a odi abodo num ene mpatanum echiche ma thousands of people ma wo munyina nya bidi ya no uyi ono free ho a so woni President Mahama ne de wagina ho se wo de 5,000 na koche ma 500,000 kwan be na de be faso kwan be na de be faso eno nti abufuo no ba monwene abufuo no ho ente saa wobekwa akokum obi a onye ebone because sesika no ni wa ye de be fa nipa na adwuma mu a ukoso a wo nyina se wafa wo mo presia enye ye eno nti no niema a wo ba ban mu a niema a ese wototo no yie ansana watimi anya kwan atoto de di ho yie no se ya anya bre antoto eno yie a ye de aprepre a de tosu 10 no wontimi ntoto no yie ko free one ene sese ukotu no akotre no akofo enti de di kan ne yesika sem no a esese ye toto no yie na yigina eno so na President Mahama na ni abre ho a wati asimu a oye no yie kakra no a waye no ya hunu se ehon faso ahya ase a eba enti ye dan ya twan na ese twan kakra na de waye no ebetimi aso aba na atimi akreti niema ye hia no ne yensa.
Asiedun Ketia is giving a political talk. It looks like he wants to apologize. He doesn't want to apologize. I don't know why politicians find it very difficult to come out and say, you know what, I am sorry. What you said was very insensitive. Half a million people, 500,000 people applied. We are taking only 5,000. That tells you the level of unemployment in the country. Wallahi. You see all the 500,000 people who have applied. Those who genuinely have the passion for the police, they won't even be up to 10. They are only running to the police because there are no jobs. A lot of these are going to enter the police in default. It's not because they love the black. If I am lying, tell me I'm lying. How many genuine police-loving people do we have amongst the police? A lot of them are in there because there are no jobs. So when they are even in the police, they are not excited about it. They are not proud of it. When they meet a girl out and they want to con the girl, as we say in Ghana, woo the girl, they don't tell them that they are police. They tell them something else. They hide the police profession. Yet to be able to be a good policeman, you must love the uniform, love the work that you do. What can we do to change this narrative? There are so many bad nuts in the police, taking bribe on the street, and for that matter, they have destroyed the good name of the police. 2, there are a lot of bad nuts in the police. They are only there because it's the job that they want, not necessarily the profession. So we have to scrutinize the police well. Jobs have to be available so that at least people can make choices. If there are no jobs, the 1 or 2 that are available, whether we like that or not, we are forced to go into that. What Asiedun Ketia, aka General Mosquito, should have said. You know what, gentlemen? We have only 5,000 slots. And over 500,000 people have applied. Certainly not all of us are going to get. But those who don't get it, that is not the end. More job opportunities are being opened. The president is talking about 24-hour economy. So much is coming up. Please be patient. We will sort everybody out. But if you go and tell them that, oh, it's only 5,000 people you can take. If you take all the 500,000, then who is going to arrest which thief? Because all of you have become police. You are indirectly telling them that you have the capacity to do it, but you will not do it because there will be too many police. That's the meaning. I said, Nkatia, I love you, but this I can't support you. Say a famunyina, why na bechi kromfo? Yenyina be police. That is a careless statement. With all respect, insensitive.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal le Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.